Welcome back to Music Madness 2017, where 64 bands enter, but only one can be crowned the Music Madness champion. If you haven't scoped out the past two brackets, there will be a link at the end of this video for you to do so and get up to date on Music Madness. Now, we are now in the Tipton Bracket, named, of course, after Glenn Tipton of Judas Priest, who are last year's winners. And this bracket, of course, is going to be filled with 8 matchups that you are going to give the best band out of the 2 of each. Please post that in the comments box below. They will then be tabulated, and we will see who has made it to the round of 32 next week here in Music Madness 2017. Let's get to the brackets. Let's see who we have in the Tipton Bracket. The first matchup that we have is Agalok versus Carnifex. Of course, Agalok, we just lost them last year in 2016, whereas Carnifex is still going strong. Up next, we have Fallujah versus Flotsam and Jetsam. Definitely a little bit of past versus present in there, although F&J just released a hell of an album in 2016. Then we have Morbid Angel versus Lamb of God, which should certainly be interesting, considering Morbid Angel's great past and Lamb of God's career. Definitely coalescing there in a heck of a great matchup. Up next, we have Vinder versus Testament. If you don't know who Vinder is, please look them up. You will be blown away. And we have All That Remains taking on Anthrax in the Battle of the A's. The Killer A's versus All That Remains. That's ATR. Make up your own acronym. Next up, we have Overkill versus Cattle Decapitation. And what's worse than decapitating a bunch of cattle? Beating that dead horse with some overkill. That's a really bad joke. Thrash metal versus whatever you want to call Cattle Decapitation anymore. Fantastic might just be a good word. Then we have Emperor versus In Flames in a battle for bands that were really, really good in the 90s. And finally, we have Dark Tranquillity taking on Creator, which of course means that we could potentially have an In Flames versus Dark Tranquillity second round matchup, which for some may be impossible. But In Flames has to make it through Emperor first, which is no easy task. And Dark Tranquillity will have to make it through Creator, which will certainly be no easy task, especially after the success of their last 2 albums. So, of course, vote your favorites in the comments box below, and come back next week to see who in the Tipton Bracket made it on to the round of 32 here in Music Madness 2017. Who's going to win a Rank 'em All video whenever this is all said and done? 64 bands will enter, 1 will win. Who's it going to be? We'll see it tomorrow for the last of the opening round brackets. I'm CoverKillerNation. Take care.